The opinions made in this video do not necessarily coincide with that of Imaginary Goddess, or anyone else for that matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, this is Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King, here with another State of Play. This one will cover the Dimensional Robos, names, words, Dimensional Police, excuse me, booster boxes. I have bought an immense amount of them with thanks to my tax refund. When you pay your taxes, you get a lot of money back, it turns out, especially if you are as poor as I am. Let's see here. This is the box. These are the sides. This is the bottom. This is the side. This is the side. This is the side. And this is the front. I think this is X-Tiger. I'm okay with him. I feel that they gave the truffle rare spots to two poor choices. Diarth is not as good as X-Falcon. And I think Omega Superman is a bit better, if slightly overcosted. Let's look on the inside. Oh my goodness, a little booklet. It's G2 stuff, GB2 stuff. Take a look at it, it's fantastic. It's electric. Anyway, here is a 100 trial deck. Trial deck again. Robots and Dragons, big surprise. So there are 15 packs. I like the pack. It's got stuff at the bottom. I'll only be showing off one unboxing, and then I'll be showing off the cards, and then a deck I'll make out of it. But let's see what I got. It is a Enigma Tornado. I like it. I like it a lot. This little thing again, the little advertisement that they use to fool people who want to weigh and take a look at packs. He is actually one of the decks I'm going to be building for sure, along with Grand Line, Grand Gallop decks. Grand Police AK, Unlimiter. By the way, this is not bound by Limit Break. Actually, this deck will not be bound by Limit Break. It's fantastic. I'll talk about Enigma Tornado later. Die Shoot, he is a starter for the Dimensional Robos. Put this in your soul, plus 4k to a Dimensional Robo, and if it hits, you get to retire a Vanguard. And this is Enigma Sunset. I like him quite a bit. Choose a Enigman with Vanguard with Enigman with its Vanguard. When this unit hits, choose a card from your damage zone, turn it face up. Enigmas are a little bit heavy on the counterblasts. And soul, so you got this guy's really good. He really helps. This guy is counterblast 1, soul blast 1 if you have 19k or more. Choose 2 cards from your hand, discard them. When it hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a card named Enigma Storm, ride it, stood from the soul. Plus 10k to Enigma Storm, so it's a 21k by itself, because Enigma Soul manipulation means that you can put whatever you want into the soul. With one of the grade 1s that I hope to show you in this video. Also, you can choose a card from Enigma in your hand, put it into the soul, plus 4k. So in other words, let's say you just combo one up with this, and like the grade 2 Enigma from the Gen 2 ride chain, you can actually like make it real fast. You can fix your soul super fast, as well as give yourself power. Really good card, a little bit overcosted. I don't think you need to discard 2, but hey, you're running Laurels as well, so you deserve it. So this one is the Metalborg Bearing Raider. A lot of people like him because that means you don't have to run Dyson anymore, which was the, if it got 30k or more or something like that, it gets a crit. And it kind of was terrible, but it wasn't as good as Sinbuster. This guy can run with Sinbuster, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, Vanguard Circle, shoots you for 1 grade 3 with Legion, ride it, stood, shuffle deck, give it plus 3k. Then it Soul Blast 1, if you have a Vanguard with Metalborg, this unit gets plus 2k when it, just whenever you want. This isn't bad. It gives a plus 3k to your Vanguard when you ride it, so you would definitely be at 23k when he Legions, plus more, obviously, because you are running Metalborgs and Dimensional Police. Again, not going to really run him. Operator Girl Rika, this unit top of the deck. Choose one of your Vanguards until end of turn. This unit gets plus 4k. If it attacks the Vanguard and is 37k or greater, draw a card, shuffle deck. Not bad. I don't really think I'll run her, except as a stand with an ability, and it gives plus 4k, which means that you can save more stuff and it goes back into the deck. You know, it just sort of works all together. This guy is Enigman Cloud. Soul Blast 1, when it's placed on rearguard circle, top 5, from top of the deck, search for a grade 2 or less in Enigman, so we can search for himself, search for other people, don't search for yourself. Card name, reveal to opponent, put to hand, shuffle deck, and if you did that, choose a card from hand, put into soul. Again, soul correction. Fantastic, really great. We'll be running him. And then this is Metalborg, Hammer Hell, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. This unit placed on Guardian Circle. It gets plus 5 defense for every Vanguard until end of turn. So in other words, he's a 15k defense card for Metalborg. For any Legion deck. And then we have Ionization Monster Plasm, Counterblast 1 when the attack hits a Vanguard. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, minus 3k until end of turn. Pretty decent. Honestly, though, he's not as great as some other cards that are out there. I will be running him, but I feel that the Zeal deck is Counterblast heavy already. He is a maybe, not a definite. He's a maybe too. I think I might run him in the Daikaiser Metalborg build. So let's see here. Let's hope for a rare card. Come on. Not a rare card. What am I thinking? You know what I mean. A double rare or greater. Not getting it, but hey. This is Metalborg Magmafor. Wait, I'll just do this first. Cosmic Hero Grand Sub. When this unit is increased due to effective cards, if it hits 13k or greater, which it will, by the way, because everything is 4k at least, and he's a 9k. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets plus 4k, and when it hits a Vanguard, your opponent chooses one of his or her rearguards and retires it. Really good. Adds pressure. Would I run it in Enigma? No, because there's other things. This is Magma Fork, Counterblast and Metalborg. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 3k for each card in your Vanguard circle. So he can be a 15k attacker, which would be good for other things, but not really. Then we have an AK attacker, Crit, Direwolf. And this guy's really interesting. His name's Darwin. They say Devane, which is dumb. I kind of wish I could just, find and shake the guy who translates it. I mean, it's just dreadful. They should really just look at the community. What is the community calling it? Can we call it this? If it's a yes, then play it. Choose a other rearguard, put in the soul. You can choose himself, by the way. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, may pay the cost. Search your deck for one Zeal and write it stood, shuffle deck. Choose a card with the same grade as your Vanguard from your soul, call it to rearguard circle. Choose your opponent's Vanguard and get minus 3k until end of turn. You can actually thin out the deck a lot with him. He's probably one of the best commons in this set, if not one of the best commons in the game at the grade 1 level anyway, because he allows for multiple Zeal rides. He corrects Zeal ride chain, as well as a bunch of other things, including sort of sets up this thin out the deck of grade 1s while using this, because what he can do is, if let's say you have 2 out here and whatever there, boom, send himself into the soul. You sort of have to start it out with something else first, but like let's say you have a draw trigger, put this out, boom, pull him out, ride Zeal, pull him out again. Let's say that he's here, on the Vanguard circle, boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden you're minus 12k turn 2 rather. You're attacking to something that simply cannot guard. You can do this elsewhere, but at the same time, he's best turn 1. Just because of the hilarious shenanigans and guard that you'll pull out of him. Because if you minus 12k and 8k, he's negative 4. That's more guard. That's too much to guard this with just a 10k attacker. So you can do a really nice early rush, which will be necessary. Again, really like this card. Doop-a-doop. Come on, Ben. I swear. This is Metalborg Grasscutter. What Metalborg Grasscutter does is he puts into the soul, choose a grade 3 and a grade 2 Metalborg, and they get plus 3k. So he's a plus 6k tier Vanguard for a -1 from Soul. Mow them down. Apparently he was a lawnmower, and then they hit him with some Metalborg juice. I don't know. Really great card. Yeah, he's good. Metalborg deck, definite. Cosmic Hero, Grand Kung Fu. He is a 10k attacker for Generation Break 1, not bad. Grand Bazooka. If you want to run a pure Grand Line deck, you run Grand Bazooka. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, choose 2 units. By the way, Vanguard or Rearguard, and they get plus 4k. By the way, with, another one of these. With this Grand Sub, where are you? This unit is an auto, so it can happen on Rearguard Circle, certainly. But if, let's say this guy is on the Vanguard Circle, not on the Vanguard Circle, Rearguard Circle hits this, you can all of a sudden start a chain in the middle of your attack phase. Doesn't stand anything, but that's okay. He's still good. He's still good. Then we have a Healed Grand Rescue. Morning Rescue. Japanese. Ooh, what is this? What is it? What is it? It's still Grass Cutter. Grass Cutter, Enigman. Whoop. This guy, he is Mass Police Gunjo. Draw Trigger. Grass Cutter. Baron Rider. Yep. Oh, let's see what I get here. Is it something else? No, I already talked about him. This is Grand Seed. When the unit's power is increased to 9k or greater, choose a Vanguard, and if it hits a Vanguard, draw a card. It's pretty nice. A lot of advantage. This is Metalborg Loco Battler. Choose 2 of your Vanguards plus 3k until end of turn. I'm putting this guy here, another Enigman. Another thing to power up Metalborgs. Again, I would run him in my Metalborg Daikaiser, simply because it is easy. All of a sudden you put 2 things into Soul. There are some things that use Soul. Sort of everything works together. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Choose a unit, plus 4k. This guy starts the chains super easy on command. Don't have to worry about Grand Bazooka anymore. Not needing it to hit. You can just do it for Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Beautiful. Beautiful. I want a double rare, please. Thank you. Oh yeah. This is actually one of the ones I wanted to see. Grandfire. This is the grade 2 when it's boosted. G Break 1. Counterblast 1 when this unit attacks a Vanguard. If this unit boosted, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 2 units and get plus 4k. Really good card. Grand Gallop doesn't need any abilities until he hits. Until he gets his own attack. So you could basically boost, give the Vanguard column plus 8k. That would set off Grand Guard, Grand Gallop, as well as that one starter. Grand Rescue, Darwin, Grand Kung Fu. So yeah, he's nice. I'm really glad to see him. We'll be running him in a lot of things. Cosmic Hero, Grand Chopper. He's a Grand Sub common. Counterblast 1 when his power is increased to 11k. Choose 2 other things plus 4k. If you wanted to, you could create a really beefy, infinitely resonating, growing more powerful every second card just by running him. But again, that would be wasteful. You kind of want to spread it out a bit. But I would run him in my Grand Line deck when I make it. I think Grand Gallop is like 20-30 bucks right now. This guy's probably around 5 or 10. I don't know, I'm not good about prices. Okay, another Grand Chopper. Kung Fu, Bazooka, Crit Trigger, Perfect Shield. This is one of those on Flipper Perfect Shields. It's pretty nice. Basically, if you have a copy of it in the drop zone, you can unflip a damage. But the thing is that this can only guard Vanguards. So if you're okay with that, that's good. Unlimiter, Metalborg, Grand Rescue, and then Dimensional Robo Dijet. Dijet's pretty good. Counterblast 3, choose a Dimensional Robo in the drop zone. Grade 3, put it in the top of the deck. Works really well with Daikaiser. Shuffle deck, choose one of your Vanguards plus 4K, and then counterblast one when the unit attacks with Vanguard. Pay the cost if you draw a card. You could draw like, if you, let's say you hit, you could draw like 5-10 cards with this bastard, including the drive checks. But at the same time, you really don't want to draw too much, as you could deck yourself out, and then that would be just hilarious. But at the same time, defense for Dimensional Robos is OP. Laurel is OP for the Dimensional Robos. Everything is OP for Dimensional Robos. For D-Police in general, all of it is OP. All of it. Alright, so this guy, Grand Seed, again, aka Darwin. This guy, Gunjo, New Era Beast Zeal. He is a Legion Revival for Zeal, which was Counterblast 2 minus 1k for every of your one of your rear guards. He was a little bit OP back when he was released. Now he's underpowered. This guy fixes that. 21k Galactic Beast Zeal. Counterblast 1. This unit is put into your damage zone if this unit is Legion. Pay the cost if you do. Choose one of your opponent's units, minus 1k for every card on your Vanguard rear guard circle. Fuck up dope with this thing. Screw up whatever you want. It basically negates a trigger. Also, it can prevent you being attacked by that pesky rear guard that is hitting such perfect numbers. When this unit attacks its Vanguard, if your opponent's Vanguard is 8k or less, Soul Blast 1, choose a card from your damage zone, turn it face up. Honestly, I think this guy's a little bit not good. I will be running a deck with him in it. I'm sure someday I'll at least show you something about the deck at the end of this video. But for now, he's a little bit Come on. Gotta get me that triple rare. Hammerhell. Die Shoot, already talked about. Okay, Enigma Night Sky. It's Grass Cutter. Enigma Night Sky. He is Counterblast 1. Choose one of your opponents. Choose one of your Vanguards with Enigma in the name. Gets plus 4k. Not bad. Not bad. He's an auto thing, but he only works with Enigma. Again, another Reika, works with everybody. She is best girl. Best girl. Come on. I swear, if there's no triple rare. There's no triple. Oh, it's Cosmic Hero X Tiger. He's not the best one. He is choose a face card, town, G-Zone, turn it face up. That's okay. Well, this unit attacks a Vanguard. This unit gets plus 4k for every face up card in your G-Zone. So the first time you attack, he could be 31, but when he gets to 45k or greater, plus a crit. Run him if you have to, but don't try to. Another one of these guys. I already talked about him. Overall, it's the perfect shields that make this a little bit more valuable, as well as this guy. This guy's okay. He's just a stride. X-Rogue is maybe a little bit better. Grand Chopper. Darwin. This guy. Another Enigma Tornado. Looking for a double rare. They don't have a great rare in this deck, and I'm kind of disappointed. I think they should have had one. This guy, Grand Bazooka, Enigman. This guy. Okay, here's one that I haven't seen yet. Cosmic Hero, Grand Rope, Counterblast, choose a grade 3. Choose a grade 3 from hand, reveal it. Search your deck for a Gallop in its card name, reveal it to opponent, discard a card, and shuffle back. Put it into hand. Not bad. Gallop is the grade 3 main card. Probably the most expensive card in the set. Pretty good, all told. When you're paying for stride plus 2k. That makes him worthwhile to run in a lot of decks, but he's sort of like this, rather than in anything. Last one should be a double rare. Ooh. Nope. Over here, nope. So here's a good one. Stride, Dark Superman Omega. Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, pay the cost. Choose one of your rear guards, put in the Soul. Choose all of your units in the opponent's front row. Reduce the power by the original power of the unit. Put into effect by the Soul until end of turn. He works well best with Zeal. Not with Zeal, but yeah, I guess he does. New Era Beast Zeal is a defensive card by nature. He is offensive. You put something in the Soul, you make everything minus 9k, minus 11k or more, minus 10k. all of a sudden, a lot of things like bug read and a couple of other things become a lot more dangerous, even though they're just AK. This wasn't a bad box. This guy was a bit of a disappointment. I'll be back once I have the full measure of what I have purchased, okay? I'll also discuss cards I have not seen yet. And then we'll go into the deck building. Most of this deck is already made, by the way. Partly because the commons do repeat themselves. So I actually have 4 of these guys now. 2 of these, this. If you buy 2, I'm sure that if you buy like 2 boxes, you can build any of the rare decks, provided you have the cards that they depend on. All right, guys. I will see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, I bought a bunch of boxes, 6 boxes in all, and I actually made my money back, and even into 7th box, so to say. The real moneymaker here was Grand Gallop SP. I also got an SP X Tiger. Interestingly enough, Direth and X Tiger are pulling a decent amount of worth in them. I'm still kind of disappointed I got an XP X Tiger. But at the same time, I'm only ever going to run 1 in any dimensional robo deck, just to take advantage of a whole bunch of power boosts from the circle. So yeah, 2 SPs from here. I think I already described them in the previous video, or did I? I don't remember. I'll do it anyway. Choose a face card town, choose a face up. Yeah, I did. Plus 4k for every face up card in G zone. If it gets 45k or greater, it gets a crit. Really, the reason why it's a triple rare and not, say, X Falcon, which gives a damage, is because it is free. Except for turning something face up. So he's the second to last stride you'll ever need. Then Grand Gallop. This guy is fantastic. I wish I had more. GB2, he's a G breaker. Attacks of Vanguard. This power is 22k or greater. It gets another tribe check until in a battle. I would run him with the Die Kaisers. Why? For more crits. And also grade 3s and everything else like that. During this turn with G unit strides, choose one of your Vanguards to end a turn. It gets plus 4k. And counterblast one with the unit hits a Vanguard, pay the cost draw card. That's okay. You can run him with X Falcon. You can run him with, not Direth, but Superman Omega, any number of things. But really, you have to be careful about the counterblasts. I might recommend things that do it for free, like X Tiger or X Rogue, which is 37k if it hits, draw a card, and I think retire an opponent's unit. Then we got a normal one. This was like 2 boxes right here, if you include commons and rares inside of its box. Inside of both boxes. A precious dream that was just shut away in the heart, and now it takes shape. Grand Gallop, and then it's the hero of legend who gallops through the skies. Aww. And then we have the other triple rare here, 99th generation Dimensional Robo Commander Great Direth. Apparently he's fighting the leader planet Brant. I'm not too sure on the lore here, but he's got counterblast to choose a face down unit of the same name. If you have a heart with Dimensional Robo, search for a grade 2 and grade 3, call them in separate rearguard circles, shuffle deck. If you've got face up in G zone, 2 or more, this unit gets a crit. G zone Dimensional Robo. He works well with Die Kaiser, X Tigers, and X Falcons, and X Rogues. He's really good in the sense that he, let's see here, Shaco. Here's how it's supposed to work. He does work with Die Kaiser and Super Dimensional Robo Dayusha in general, but the thing about him is that it's a little bit more complex than a lot of things are. You run him and then you run this, and it works, or you run X Falcon first off. He works, he's good, he's a +2 to field, which saves you resources in hand, but it's sort of, I don't know. He's just, there's something missing about him, and I don't know what. He has the crits, he has the power, he has everything, but I just feel dissatisfied with him somehow. and then 2x Tigers, 3 Dyers, 2x Tigers, 1 Garen Gallop, which is slightly disappointing, but not too much. One of these guys. 4 Dark Superman Omegas. He is Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 1. Place on Vanguard Circle, choose a rear guard, put in the soul, minus it by the power of that rear guard. And then I got also 4 Grand Guards. So 6 boxes will do you for just about anything. I will be running him even though he is weak against rear guards, focuses and attacks. Here also I got 4 of the crit trigger for Grand Gallop. He has plus 4k plus 5k, and it lets you draw a card, but this unit goes into the soul. I don't know, he's alright, I guess. Hold up. Huh, weird. It thinks it's vertical. Oh well. Anyway, I traded it for 2 X-Falcons in a previous deal. Let's talk about Grandfire. Grandfire is pretty good. He is their grade 2 boosted unit, G-Break 1. Counter Blast 1 when this unit attacks a Vanguard. This unit boosted, you may pay the cost if you choose 2 other units. They get plus 4k until end of turn. Pretty solid. He can start the chain of pluses that is Grand line attacks, and then I got 2 X-Falcons. Counter Blast 2, choose a card from your hand, discard it. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard and it's 45k or greater, which is doable after the all the triggers. By the way, you will hit 26, and then let's say that you do just a little bit of let's say we put in a 7k booster and gave 8k to the column. So 26, 34, 26, 34, 41, and then 1 trigger will push it over into 45k, which is nice. So it's super easy to get, super great. 4 of in any D police deck. You choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and they put it face down into the damage zone. That can kill somebody. I mean, they should be perfecting you that late in the game anyway, but let's say they're at 4, they go to 5, and then you put something into the damage zone. If they don't have any rear guards, of course, it doesn't work, but hey, it's pretty great. So here's what I'm going to do. I finished up this part of it. I am now going to show off some decks and show off some deck concepts that I think will be interesting to you. I'm not going to do Grand Gallop. I don't really have enough cards for those, but I will try to show off the other stuff here. All right, talk to you in a little bit. Hey, this is Ben Wheeler with part 2 of the part 3, I guess, of the Dimensional Robo State of Play special. So basically what we're going to do is, first off, I'm going to demonstrate probably the strongest Dimensional Robo, the Dimensional Police deck out there, and then I'm going to transfer it into a Enigma deck. Enigma Lane Theater. Where's Enigma Lane from? Anyway, so first off, it starts out with Warrior of Destiny die, top 5 for a grade 3, Forerunner. I'm going over this briefly because I did crib the style from Chan Sulin, the Comeback King. It's pretty great. However, I never actually got a deck profile out of him. So if he ever gives me a deck profile, I will be happy to show it on Imaginary Goddess. But until then, I'm just going to quickly go through this. 4 heals, 4 draws, 8 crit. Metaborgs. Black Doctor, 10k booster for Legions. Makes this 30k all the time. Counter Blast 1, give plus 8k to your Legion Vanguards. 4 Perfect Shields. 4 Laurel. Laurel stays in all decks. All decks Laurel stays. 4 Lionetters. 4 Russell Blizzards. 4 Urbusters, Legion mate with Sinbuster. Lionetters is a 12k attacker, and this gives plus 6k to your Vanguard. When your Vanguard Legion, it gets plus 4k, and when it hits, retire a unit. This, by the way, gets plus 4k. This is at 30k, cannot call grade 1s or more from hand, and when it attacks, if it's 20k or greater, this unit gets when this attack hits, draw a card. This requires Legion, this doesn't. Legion's with Urbuster. And then Die Kaiser, who is when counter +1, when it's ridden, give plus 10k and a crit, and when you drive check a grade 3, remove something with Sentinel or a 10k, any part of shield. When this unit is boosted, plus 3k. It's a ward. It's nice. Point is that going through those so fast is just sort of to not take away Thunder. Also, I just sort of don't want to focus on that right now. I do want to get the Enigma up and running. So there's that. So the thing about Enigma is that Enigma runs on the Gen 2 ride chain. Gen 2 ride chain starts out with this one. So replace Ayusha, Destiny, Die with this guy. When he's ridden by a grade 3, find a grade 1. Ridden by the grade 1, find the grade 2 automatically. Here's the grade 1. To replace that, I'm taking 2 Black Butlers and this guy. Whoop. 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 I'm worrying about triggers later. I will be showing you off some of the things with triggers. It's quite interesting. So this is a free +2, free grade 2, meaning that your ride is a +1, but really a break even, so to say. I am going to run one Lionetter here because I don't need to run as many grade 2s. I will run plenty of grade 2s because of how they work. But here's the Enigma Storms that I'll need. Here's the grade 2s that I'll need. I am running 3 because it is worthwhile. Also, the more Enigmas I have in here, the better, simply because of how it works. There are some special counterblasts in here for Night Sky, and I don't want to miss those when I can. However, nothing else is a Persona Blast. Anyway, so these two, I'm going to be running something else. I will be running... Hold up. I should be taking out 1 Laurel. 3 of these. I don't like 4, but I will be running 3. The reason why I'm taking out a Laurel, I wish I could run 4, but this deck isn't. Actually, I'm going to just leave 2. This deck is required on hit. I don't want to put too much pressure, because I do want it to hit sometimes, but at the same time, I don't want to. I'll do 3. Compromise. And Laurels are not for trade, suckers. You can't really see that part very well. There we go. So yeah, so this is what it looks like right now. 3, 4, 3. 4. So that ain't bad. I'm going to take these out and put in some Grand Guards. Why Grand Guard? Because I can. Also, because it's, I got 4 of them. I paid for them, I'm going to use them. Well, Diamond Ace was a good one. He was expensive back in the day, but now after the Dimensional Robo guy, he's not so much. Doop-a-doop. Breakers of the peace shall not pass. Everyone is living to the fullest. That is why I protect. Protect them. Aww. And then, as long as you have courage in your heart, Die Shield will never break. Aww. It's like this. They got such strong, manly sayings. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So these 3, I'm going to change out for the grade 2 for Enigmas. And then the 4 more I'm going to do for Night Sky. And then we'll figure out what I want to do for the rest of them. Cool. 3, 1, 2. I don't have to run as many because of the grade 1, but at the same time I want to run a decent amount because of the fact that I can put it into Soul using certain abilities into the mini compendium. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Next to Zeal. In front of Zeal. The mini compendium. Oh, it has things I don't trade. They could be like, man, we need it. I'm like, no. I actually kind of like this art. I might do the other heals. Where is it? I might do this heal, but I'm not too sure. Not really feeling it. I do want to run him though. I like him better. I feel it fits the Enigma theme better. Let's see, here's 2 Night Sky. I might take out another grade 2 for one of those grade 1s, but I'm not too worried about that right now. There's not enough grade 1s that have a decent attack, and I do need some sort of boosters because this deck is a little bit inefficient with rear guards. So yeah. Nice Guy is counterblast and Enigman. Give Enigman plus 4K. He works whenever. This is not a deck that worries about strides, which is good. So the other thing is I have 4 Urbusters here. What should I play here? I'm thinking actually Grandfire. Why Grandfire? He's counterblast 1 when he's boosted plus 4K. I don't really do anything until turn 5 anyway, but let's see what else could there be. There's some interesting choices out there, but so many of them involve dimensional robos that they can't really be run. Let's see here, 12K attackers for dimensional robos, dimensional police. Now this is an interesting choice. Actually, I'll try him. He's Kaizard. When dimensional police rides this unit, choose your Vanguard plus 5K. Otherwise, there's a 10K. There's a Die Driller, which is dimensional robo, Zeal, Legion Metalborg 10K, Bug Reed, no, 10K, Grander, which is plus 4K to something on attack, no. So yeah, actually, Kaiser might be the best choice. Grandfire, excuse me, I'm not really looking to run him in this, partly because he's Generation Break, and I want to see if I can run it without Generation Breaks. Also, this guy's an excellent alternate ride. I don't know whether he'll be useful. That's the thing. It's like when you say this is a good alternate ride, that's the only reason he's useful. But at the same time, you might as well try things. He is from the Die Kaiser set. He's perfect in any dimensional robo deck. He's good in any dimensional police deck. But you have to remember you're going to ride him. I mean, no. 12K attacker, but no. Metalborg. No. Oh, do I have an SP? No, I don't. I thought I had an SP for a second. Anyway, so that's the grade 2s. I'll handle triggers last, but here's the grade 3s. Sinbuster. I'm actually running out of space in my binder. It's first world problems for Vanguard. I have to buy a new binder. No. It's not really fun. I actually will like him in a Grand Gallop deck, but whoop, triple rare. Whoop. Whoop. He's pretty good. I like him. 19K, and if it hits, you can summon out another Enigma from the Soul and play it. He's pretty solid. Overall, with this, it'll suddenly become really easy to hit this, and it'll hit 16, 20K instead, which is slightly better numbers because any number that's higher is a better number. This guy is, if he has Enigma and Wave in the Soul, plus 1K. That's why I run 3 of them instead of 2. And then, at the beginning of your attack step, if this unit is 15K or greater, it gets a crit. It's nice that way. I think I passed this over, but when this If you have a card named Enigma and Ripple, plus 1k. And then if it's 14k or greater, when this unit attack, it's a Vanguard, draw a card. Really nice. Really solid. So let's see here. I'm going to replace the crits for rainbow triggers. Why? Because there's an Enigma and Sunset, which make things easier for a lot of things. A lot of things. Also, the fact that he goes back into the deck is nice. Stands are useful in the sense that we will not. They have abilities, and honestly, they're not that useful compared to crits in this deck. But I'm still running them. It's put this unit on top after G break 1. Choose a Vanguard plus 4k, and if it hits a Vanguard and it's 37k or greater, draw a card. I'm just going to see how she runs, honestly. If she doesn't run well, I'll get rid of her. In the gentlest way, I'll say, baby, sorry. But it's time for you to hoof it. Don't need no secretary anymore. Sorry. The problem is I don't want to run G-breaks in this. And, you know, these grade 1s just sort of not really working. There's nothing here that's... There's nothing here that really just excites me like that one does. I'm going to run him. I like this heal too much, though. It stays. Overall, I am very happy with what I pulled and what I'm creating. It is really one of the funner decks I've ever seen. Look at it's got like on hit. It's got all the nice little things I'm hoping for in a deck, and it's got sort of a creativity to it, but also a subtlety to it. It's not as powerful as Dark Eyes or Metalborg, but nothing really is. So yeah, you know, you just sort of have to be okay with that. So let's sort of talk about, I'm going to test this deck in a last portion of this video, but let's talk about what we can build in these decks. Wow. I don't have any space. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, bounce okay. Huh. So besides Grand Gallop, which I think is pretty self-explanatory, we sort of have to talk about some other things too before I sort of get into testing this deck. The main thing here is okay. All right, so Grand Gallop is pretty simple. I would run it with Die Kaiser so that you break ride Grand Gallop when you're at 2 G break, which is super easy if you just run one Die Kite, X Tiger. And then you get 3 drive checks, you get a 10k and a crit, as well as boosters and various 4Ks that you've also given it from other cards, like Grand Line. Not Grand Line, Grand Fire. I got one piece on the brain. So you run Grand Line, Grand Fire, boop. You run other things. By the way, the stride for Enigma is this one. And let's see here. And then a mix between 2 of these. And actually, no. What am I doing? It's X-Rogue. Simple. This unit attack, it's a Vanguard, 37k or greater with booster. Let's say it rides over Enigma Tornado. That's 26k plus a 7k booster. 33k plus any triggers it gets this, and also X Falcon just because Cannabis 2, discard a card from hand, 45k or greater. That I won't hit that, but I just like it. because it does have potential. Also, I don't want to use the Omega Superman. So let's say that we use this for just about everything. Omega Superman on a focus Metalborg deck, other things like that. Die Earth and Dimensional Robo. Grand Gallop should use a combination of X Tiger and X Falcon, simply because it's light on the counterblast, except when you want to use it. Add this in a Metalborg deck, plus 6k to your Vanguards. Grand Gallop is this. Grand Gallop in the front. This is always boosting Grand Gallop, nothing else. And then you basically have all the, let's see here, 4 perfect shields, the 8k boosters. This guy's good for anything. That's great. Nope. These guys, some combination. I would say that you run more of these guys so you can stride a bit easier, and then you run some of these guys, and then maybe 1 or 2 of these. That's what I would recommend. Actually, it would be 4 perfects, 4 of these, 3 of these. That's 15. No, that's 4 perfects. This is 11, and then maybe 2 of these for 13. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Grade 2 wise, you would run 12 of what we've got. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, so yeah. Again, this is not going to really happen until grade 3, but you run 4 of these. 4 Grand Fires. Whoop. And then maybe, I don't know, really this slot is for anything, but obviously they intend you to run 4 Grand Kung Fu's. But really, this is one of those things where you can ride just about anything you want. You could run that Kaizard I mentioned, just because you can, even though it would be a bad idea, kind of long term, because it doesn't really do anything given the abilities to die Kaiser. It would just be an interesting thing to do. Point is that there's an open slot in grade 2s for your creativity to shine, even though this card's really the best, as well as Grand Fire. Then we have, yeah, that covers everything. Grand Bazooka is okay as long as you put him on a rear guard. On the Vanguard, I think he doesn't really have what it takes. Same with this guy. He's okay on the rear guard or Vanguard circle, but if you're just running Simbuster, you know, he's all right. He does his thing. So let's talk about a Zeal deck real fast. Partly because I'm exhausted and I've been at this for over an hour. Several hours. I've been doing this all day. Also, Metalborgs, put this in. Put it in grade 2, 3 and grade 2. Get plus 3k. By the way, he helps run all Metalborg triggers now. I hate this art. Zeal. Zeal. 4 of him. 4 of him. This guy is when you take a damage, counterblast 1, minus 1k for each of your dimensional robos. Vanguard rear circle. So it's a minus 6 to your Vanguard, meaning they're at a 5k, let's say, before anything else happens. Or a 14k, which is still better. Then this is counterblast 2, choose your opponent's Vanguard. This gets minus 1k for each dimensional police. Rear guard until end of turn. This unit can't be used again. And it's part of a ride chain. That's actually pretty baller, but it's... Hold on. Whoop. Oh, by the way, for Grand... Oh, we talked about that. Never mind. So for this, these are your grade 3s. Then Soul Blast 1, unflip the damage if it hits. By the way, it hits twice. As long as they have 800 or less, and that can be done through several different cards. First off, just through the Zeal's ability. Okay, so here's an interesting combination. I'm pulling out all my Zeal cards right now just to take care of some things. Howdy, dog. partly because this will be interesting. Pull up a deck. This you can actually run self-damagers. Like I run self-damagers in my Regalia deck, but that's different. Let's see here. But you can run self-damagers, and this deck can actually work out pretty well. Assuming, of course, that you have this. There's no real grade 1s that go off of the minusing ability, but I'll Borg in the name. Take the attacker. No. Okay. Yeah, so these are the only ones that really, grade 1s that really help, assuming perfect shields. And this actually is pretty nice. Take out one of these, and then you have 4 of the ride chains, 2 of these, and then actually, hold up, I'm messing up. 4 of these need to be evolving monster Darwin. Have to be that. Maybe you could run one of these, but no, I don't. No, that's dumb. Okay, so here's how you would run it: 4 perfect shields, 4 of these, 12, and then maybe boost it up to 14 or 13 with 1 or 2 of these. That's pretty nice. This is a self-damager. It's to get off this guy's ability on your turn. So a minus 6k to is a 5k. It's beautiful, and then it'll hit. For this, I'm going to recommend, for the grade 2s, this guy's. Sorry, man. I got all excited, but I was wrong. There is a 10k booster, by the way, for Zeal cards. However, I do not recommend it. It's just not really in the winning image of this deck. You could ran it, though. I'm not going to stop you, obviously. But grade 2s, there's one more grade 2 I want, and that's Bugreed. Basically, Bugreed is, if your opponent is 800 or 8,000 or less, and this hits, draw a card. You can do it anytime you want. If you're attacking into a 7k, by the way, if you attack this turn 2, and it is an 8k, then it's going to hit, and you're going to get to draw a card. Then you have 4 of these. When it rides to grade 1, you give your opponent minus 3k, which means that he'll go off even if they're at an 11k, like a brutal jack, which is a couple of words I haven't said in a very long time. Finally, there is this guy, Plasm. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost, choose your opponent's Vanguard minus 3k for Counterblast 1. He's nice, but a little bit overcosted. I'm running him just in case everything else fails. Also because he's new. It's fun and interesting. So that's sort of the deck. You would run heavy crit. Stance would also be acceptable. Yeah, stance would be acceptable, honestly, but not as acceptable as things could be. Compared, Strides, Omega Superman, 4 of. The other one doesn't matter. So yeah, I'd actually take out one of these for these. Starter, of course, being a Zeal, grade 0. Top 7 for a Zeal, grade 1 or 2. Grade 2 or 3. Now, let's talk about combinations. So let's say that your opponent, let's say that you don't ride a Zeal. Let's say that you ride, instead of your proper grade 1, let's say you ride a Enigma Darwin. You have another Darwin to hand. You have a draw trigger. So you place the draw trigger down first. You put this in here, slide it in, search your deck for a Zeal, ride it, slide it out. Technically, if you didn't ride a Zeal, you don't even need to place this. You can keep your grade 0 in there, which would mean that destruction. Yeah, that would mean that, let's actually, no, you wouldn't, I'm sorry, I messed up. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this. You can actually, let's say you ride this, the grade 0, where's that grade 0? Pulls out. Oh my goodness. You have another one in hand. You pull it, put it in the hand, you put this back into soul, you put this in here. This technically, ride its Sud shuffle deck. Okay, no, it technically still rides this, but this comes out here. You suddenly have this. When this is ridden, you can -3K your opponent and not have any problems. It's pretty sweet like that. There's a lot of interesting combinations that you can do, a lot of powerful concepts. I'll probably run this for a while, and Enigman for a while, because I just want to do it. I like Enigman. I never really got to play them. And then maybe try this, and then finally when Grand Gallop drops in price, I will... when Grand Gallop drops in price, I will purchase some, combo it up with Die Kaiser, and just see how that runs. Okay, so that covers just about everything I wanted to talk about today. 2 state-of plays in a single day, Aquaforce and Dimensional Robos. I am super excited. So here's Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King. I do want to thank you all guys for watching me for 2 seasons. This should be episode 7 or 5 or whatever. Hey, look, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, I will answer them for you. I hope you found this intellectual simulation most fascinating and most enjoyable, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evenings. Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King, signing off.